Genesis 23. Sarah lived 127 years. Then she died in Kiriath Arba, that is Hebron, in the land of Canaan. Abraham went to mourn for Sarah and to weep for her. Then Abraham got up from mourning his dead wife and said to the sons of Heth, I am a foreign resident, a temporary settler among you. Grant me ownership of a burial site among you so that I may bury my dead. The sons of Heth answered Abraham, Listen, sir, you are a mighty prince among us. You may bury your dead in the choicest of our tombs. None of us will refuse you his tomb to prevent you from burying your dead. Abraham got up and bowed down to the local people, the sons of Heth. Then he said to them, If you agreed, then I may bury my dead. Then hear me out. Ask Ephron, the son of Zohar, if he will sell me the cave at Machpelah that belongs to him. It is at the end of his field. Let him sell it to me publicly for the full price so that I may own it as a burial site. Now Ephron was sitting among the sons of Heth. Ephron the Hittite replied to Abraham in the hearing of the sons of Heth, before all who entered the gate of his city, No, my lord, hear me out. I sell you both the field and the cave that is in it in the presence of my people. I sell it to you. Bury your dead. Abraham bowed before the local people and said to Ephron in their hearing, Hear me. If you will, I pay to you the price of the field. Take it from me so that you may bury my dead there. Ephron answered Abraham, saying to him, Hear me, my lord, the land is worth 400 pieces of silver. But what is that between you and me? So bury your dead. So Abraham agreed to Ephron's price and weighed out for him the price that Ephron had quoted in the hearing of the sons of Heth, 400 pieces of silver, according to the standard measurement of the time. So Abraham secured Ephron's field and Machpelah next to Mamre, including the field, the cave that was in it, and all the trees that were in the field and all around its borders, as his property in the presence of the sons of Heth before all who entered the gates of Ephron's city. After this, Abraham buried his wife Sarah in the cave in the field of Machpelah, now to Mamre, next to Mamre, that is Hebron, in the land of Canaan. So Abraham secured the field and the cave and was in it as a burial site from the sons of Heth. All right, so the sons of Heth are the Hittites, which is interesting, not the Hethites, the Hittites. Okay, so we start this section with Sarah has died. Sarah, it said, lived to 127 years. So Sarah is 90 when she has Isaac. That means Isaac is 37 when his mother dies, if we're following the story along. Now, there's a part at which the age is clearly stated that, hey, Abraham is beyond childbearing years. Sarah is beyond childbearing years. I tend to think Sarah was always barren. There was something about it that she would have been noticed or known to be barren prior to Abraham marrying her. There's a couple of things that are hints to that. It doesn't say it specifically, but I think there's some clues. We talked about those before. So now she's dead. So I don't know at times what to do with numbers, because if we go back to the age of the kings, we have similar things that are written in other societies that use similar numbers of tables of kings with long ages and names. And I don't think those are clearly intended to be chronological ages. Those are something else that's going on there. And I wonder here with Abraham and Sarah if there's also supposed to be something going on with that. So there is also a way in which your name would also be associated with a number. We get back to that when we get to Revelation. Where the number of the beast is either, it depends on the translation you're using or the copy you're using in Greek, 666 is the most common, but there's also a 616. That's also a possibility. And the name of Nero is calculated to equal 666. Or he's got another title which equals 616. So in either case, I think he's referring to that. So is the number for Sarah 127? Like if you were to take Sarah and use these ancient ways of saying the number of the person, and Sarah would equal 127. Is that what we have here in the conclusion of her life? She didn't live that long, and it doesn't matter to me either way. She clearly lived a long time. If she's over 100, she's over 100. I don't care. I'm just saying is sometimes people get so caught up in the it states it this way when there is a metaphor that's being used there. There's some other piece that's there. So that's all I'm pointing out. It could be something else. Okay, so he goes through this whole process here of he's going to buy a field. There are a couple of times when these things happen, when you can't just give it to me. I want to purchase it. I want to prove ownership of it. He did that with the well. He's now doing it with the cave to bury the dead. He's going to do that. I saw someone doing a post recently talking about where Abraham purchased and where in a passage later it talks, I think Luke talks about this happening, and the details of the story in Luke do not line up with what we see in the Old Testament. And they said, it's a contradiction. And I'm like, well, no. They what did they say? They didn't say contradiction. I could say it's a contradiction. Yeah, they're saying different things. They're contradicting each other. Yes. But they were stating it like they're just like it's completely wrong. One is wrong. They don't both have to be wrong. Like one could be doing something different than the other. One could have some information incorrect. Correct. But it doesn't mean that both are wrong. And that's kind of the way that it gets played out sometimes. If they disagree, then both are wrong. Like, no. Either they had misinformation, they're going off a different copy, the story was told a couple of different ways, and we've got it in we tend to think there was only one copy ever written down. Like, each king is supposed to write his own copy of things. Each priest is supposed to write his own copy of things. They are going to have multiple copies of these things, and you could have some issues along the way. Yeah, we know that they spent time meticulously doing these things, but it doesn't mean that they got everything correct. And maybe what you have at times is someone trying to update old place names in one copy, and they didn't update the place names in another copy. There are plenty of ways to see differences, but yeah, there are differences at times. Okay, so anyway, he purchased it here. He does it publicly. He doesn't care what it is. It's 400 silver. He weighs it out. He gives him 400 silver. He not only purchased the cave, which is all he was looking for, but he's like, take the land too. So he takes the land as well, and now he has a right to land that is his. He has purchased a cave for burial. That's what we got. Any thoughts or questions on that?